morning, my people! I have been super hesitant on making this video, and the only reason why is because I feel like I'm going to get emotional because it's something that I have struggled with for a long time and something that I feel like I am kind of not still overcoming, but something that sometimes I still struggle with. I think the reason I want to make this is because I think it's an important video to talk about, especially because I was overweight and I did struggle with binge eating and depression, and it's really something that I do want to open up about. And I don't even remember the last time that I just was like transparent and just talking to you guys about an issue that I have personally. And I was kind of thinking that it's an important video to make. I don't even really know where to start or how this video is going to go, but I'm just going to talk to you guys, and I'm just going to talk about some really low times in my life that luckily I was able to overcome. And God, why am I already getting emotional? So a lot of you guys know that I was a lot heavier a few years ago. Back in 2015, I weighed 70 pounds heavier than I do right now. It was a rough ride. It does still kind of make me emotional, like even like just thinking about that or even like talking about those times, because they were the hardest times of my whole entire life. And I think that's why I struggled with depression. So if you haven't heard my story at all, basically my best friend passed away in a car accident when she was 17 and I was 18 years old. She was also my cousin. We were absolutely best friends. Like, anyone who knew us knew that we were inseparable, and we just had this bond that I still like can't find to this day. I have a hard time connecting with people and really opening myself up from that experience and other experiences in my life. Anyway, this is supposed to be a binge eating video, but I do want to tap into my depression as well. Binge eating became a way for me to feel better, if that makes sense. I took my pain out on food, and I ate a lot, and I always kind of ate a lot. I was always very thin in high school, and my weight kind of just piled on, I think around when I was like 20, 21-ish. I worked a server job. I hated it. I loved the people that I worked with, but the job just took it out of me. I was so tired all the time. I worked so much. They gave me a lot of shifts, and I was grateful for that, because at the time I did not live with my parents. I left my mom's house when I was 18 years old, and I rented a room from complete strangers. My mom and I, we had our differences as a teenager, and I think now as I'm older I can understand a lot of where she was coming from, but at the time I felt very, very lonely. But I was just at a point in my life where my best friend had just died. It wasn't healthy for me to live at my parents', so I straight up asked a girl that I was babysitting her kids for if I could live with her. I had nowhere else, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I lived with strangers, and I would work really, really late at night. And I was already heartbroken because I had just literally lost someone that was like everything to me. I would get off work, and I would go through McDonald's drive-thru, and I would order like 2 double cheeseburgers, fries, and like a large Coke. That was always like my order. And I would just go home at night and like go into my room where there was complete strangers and just sit there and just eat it. And I just would like just shove my face, and it just sounds so like disgusting now to look back, and so sad that I ever treated myself this way. I just would sit there and I would eat, and like after I eat so much and I would feel sick, and I didn't know why I was doing it to myself, but it just like, I felt sick, but for some reason it's like filling a void with me. And I don't even know if this makes sense, but it's just something that I really struggled with. I would get off work, and I never really wanted to eat at home. I always wanted to eat out. I was always craving like that fast food. So I remember there was a few times where I would get off work, I would get off an exit and go to Taco Bell, and I would order 2 beefy 5 layers, and I would God, it makes me so sad. I would go sit in a parking lot and just like shove my face and like tell Cody I was still on my way home from work, and I would eat it. I would eat 2 of them, and then I would go to his house and eat more. When I would eat that food, I physically, like, my stomach would hurt, and I didn't know why I was doing it, but I just remember feeling so low and just so alone in those times of my life. This kind of just went on for months and months, and every single night, say for example, I would be hanging out with Cody until like 11 o'clock at night or whatever it was, and then I would have to drive back to that house I was living at, and every single time, I like kid you not, I had to go through Jack in the Box, In-N-Out, McDonald's. And I remember taking a shower one time, and I went to bend down and like my back, I just felt this shooting pain and I was in so much pain, and that was like one of the realizations I had. I was realizing that like I did this to myself, and I couldn't believe that I did this to myself, and it pissed me off that I would really let myself get to this point. I was just in so much pain for days, and my skin was oily and my hair was greasy, and like the things that I was eating was screwing me up so bad, and I just couldn't say no to food. It was really something that I struggled with a lot, and I was super depressed in those times, and I really did lose myself. Like I talk about all the time on my Instagram posts, like this is a real story. Like I didn't just wake up one day and decide to be fit or go to the gym. Like this has just been super hard for me, and I don't know, I look back on those times and I felt the feelings that I had where I was very alone. I remember waking up on Christmas Eve all by myself in this house with strangers that I hardly knew, and I just sat in a room all the time by myself and just ate food, or drove into a parking lot and ate food before I went to eat more food. And then like my depression, I just would feel so low sometimes, and just like I wasn't like worthy of anything, that I wasn't capable of a good life, and that I had no dreams. I lost all of that, and I think slowly that happened. I don't know when it happened or how quickly it happened, but I just started losing this confidence and self-love for myself. I still struggle with depression to this day. I'm definitely a happy person, don't get me wrong. I do have days where I'm very low and I'll spend a lot of time crying and just mourning the loss of my best friend, which I feel like is normal. You're gonna have waves where it just hits you, and then you're gonna have days where you're okay with it. Not okay with it, but you know that you have to, when you lose someone and they pass away, there's really nothing you can do. You have to just learn how to move on and live without them, as terrible as that sounds, but there's really nothing you can do. And you know, I think what gets me the most depressed sometimes is thinking that I'm never going to see her again. She's not going to see me get married. She's not going to see me have kids. Like we're not going to be able to like raise our kids together. Like we had all these plans. I grew up with this girl, and it's just, it doesn't make sense, and life doesn't really make sense, but I'm sorry I'm getting so emotional. It's just like this stuff is so real to me. Binge eating and thinking about myself back then, just like it's a lot, and I don't even know how I do it sometimes, but no, I don't know if this video is helping. I hope it's helping somehow. Or I'm just crying in front of my camera. I am very grateful for my life now, because I didn't feel like I deserved that back then. I thought I would be nothing. I literally thought I'd be a waitress at a restaurant for the rest of my life. To have this life now, and to like have the happiness that I have found in myself and life in general, I have the best life now. I have the best boyfriend I could ever ask for. He's so supportive, and he's been with me since day one. He knows my struggles. He was there with me the night I found out that my cousin passed away. He's always just been there, and I'm not saying any relationship is perfect, and we definitely have our fights and disagreements, but I know that that boy would do anything for me. I'm lucky for that love, because I did not know that that existed. If you would have told me that I would be a fitness person with a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and I just hired my first assistant, which is my really close friend Kayla. You guys, my mind is blown. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how I deserve this or what I did to deserve it, but I'm so grateful. All I ever wanted was to just help you guys, and I think that's why this video feels so important to me, because I want you guys to know, like, these are real struggles and real emotions and real things that I have to deal with every single day. I want you guys to know that I don't want to come off as a pretty girl on Instagram that you follow, so I don't want to be someone that you look at and think, wow, her life's perfect, I wish I could be like her. I want to be your guys' friend. I want you guys to trust me. I want this channel to be about helping you. I just genuinely care, and I hope you guys know that. And I hope this video kind of helps you guys. I don't even know what this is going to be like. I'm just gonna post it regardless, because if I even help one person, then I did my job. So I think that's all I really wanted to touch on. I promise there will be more positive content. Oh god, I'm gonna be that girl with black running down my face. Alright guys, I think that's kind of where I'm gonna close the video out. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch ya in the next one. Sounds so stupid saying it when I'm crying. Alright, I love you guys. Bye. Bye.